Hello there, and welcome to hashtag SOMP Saturday. Thank you for tuning into the Space Opera Music Podcast, another Star Wars show. This is, as always, your co-host Ashton, freezing my buns off over here in Florida. That is just, couldn't be happier right now. And yeah, for anyone who's been here for a minute, you know how I feel about weather here. Anyway, joined by, of course, the Tim Griesbach.
Yes, it's me.
It's me,
Very Tim.
It's
me, Tim. Yes, good to be back.
Dude.
Good to be here and talk about all what happened.
All of what has happened. Well, maybe not all of it, but yeah, all of it. So, you guys, I mean, it's pretty safe to say, like, musical experience of the week is Skeleton Crew, right?
Captain Obi.
Okay, good. So we're on the same page there. So everyone listening, interpret this however you want. This can either be we're skipping our musical experience of the week, or this can just be one big musical experience of the week episode. However you want to interpret that. But, dude,
you got to see it before anyone else. What are your initial
Our British
thoughts?
friends were a little earlier than we were, but I liked it from the start. It was very, good to see it on the big screen, actually.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to stay seated to enjoy the rest of it.
Yeah.
And it's good fun.
Dude,
I like it.
Seeing it on the big screen, I don't know why I didn't realize you were seeing it on a big screen. That's sick. So like the sound design that comes with that, and oh man.
Yeah, and we got popcorn and drinks. That was nice.
Dude. Some like merch too, like any like collectible like cups
posters and stickers.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
Dude, jelly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how did you like it?
Oh man, I hated it. No, I'm kidding. Dude, it's 11 out of 10 for me. I am totally in love with this show. Like, it is possibly one of my favorite pieces of Star Wars.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I am just, and I've been talking to a couple of people about this, but just like the combination of so many things that make me a nerd, or like things that were like formative as I was growing up, like for my imagination, are in here, like it's just, did you see the movie Treasure Planet?
No.
Dude, I'm so surprised at how many people have not seen this movie. Like, it is such an underrated Disney film. It's a Disney cartoon. And but they also incorporate a lot of CGI in it too, which was like pretty state of the art for its time. And so, I mean, I think everyone knows Treasure Island, right? Like, that movie. It's that, but in space, like sci-fi, and like with aliens, and like there's a whole pirate crew, but like all these aliens, and like, dude, it is. Yeah, it's a top favorite movie for me. So
how old is it? Approximately.
Oh, good question. I can find that out real quick. One sec.
Captain Google will help.
Yeah.
But you said it's a Disney movie, which is interesting. So it's not a Pixar movie.
No, it's not Pixar. It's a Disney movie, and freaking no one knows about this, dude. It came out in 2002.
Okay.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt is actually in it. He's the main character, Jim Hawkins. And dude, it is. Everyone needs to go watch this movie. If you have not seen that movie, it's on Disney Plus. I think. Like, please go watch it. It makes me cry. It makes me like laugh. Like the visuals are just spectacular and incredible. I mean, it's it's like everything you want in like a space adventure. And so, like that same feeling that I get when I watch that movie, I was getting with Skeleton Crew. And
Mm-hmm.
just, I mean, the inevitable pirate nature of this show so far, like, of course, that's why. But just, dude, everything, the visuals, the music, the characters, like,
Mm-hmm.
like Neil,
He's
dude,
the best. His
we,
hairstyle, everything.
dude, we kneel, we kneel for Neil here.
Yes.
Um, oh, I'm in love with this show.
Mm-hmm.
Totally in love. Sorry, totally in love. Um, oh, yeah, so we could keep talking about the show, but I think probably everyone is wanting to hear our takes on the music of the show and like things that stood out to us.
Let's talk a little bit about the show before that, because
Cool.
what we see on this planet called what's that, Aten?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Is very suburban U.S.
You know what? Yes.
Earthish,
Let's
you
talk
know?
about this. Let's talk about this. Even when the trailers came out, dude, like I think you and I talked about this.
Uh-huh.
I was totally on board with it. I know like a
Uh-huh.
lot of people are like, oh, like this feels too like this isn't Star Wars. Like, oh, like
Too close.
again, yeah, like they're ruining Star Wars or the same old thing. And
Yeah.
for me, it just completely opened up my imagination even more, because
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, like we have so many cultures and planets and environments in Star Wars. Like, why would there not be this suburban, like working class environment somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and like everyone has kids. Why wouldn't there be? And like we've seen school pretty explicitly, like not Jedi school, but like actual school. We've seen that in Mandalorian, like when
Yes.
Grogu's
Yeah.
like stealing the blue macarons. And, so like, yeah, having that, I don't just, it just totally opened up my imagination even more in the trailers. And I was fully on board with it. And during the show, it's just even better. I don't know, man. Just it kind of for me, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it. But for me, it just kind of again keeps that 12-year-old self in me like alive. Because like growing up in suburban neighborhoods, but going outside and playing Star Wars and stuff, like it's just so intrinsically like part
Mm-hmm.
of my being as a Star Wars nerd. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just I had the biggest smile on my face for like that entire thing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
I grew up on different streets, but I saw these kind of in movies. But I really enjoyed that they're actually playing as kids play, like we play with lightsabers and
Yeah,
getting hit with a lightsaber and fly your toy starships around. It's pretty cool. And
yeah,
yeah, to have this, school uniform and go to the school bus and missing it, and that's pretty cool to see the school, to see those school droids wandering around and having a big exam up front. Yeah,
yeah. I know,
it's a good
man.
dive. And
Yeah,
everything is so organized, when the dad of what's his name? Quinn?
whim.
Wim, yeah, Wim came home with his little car, which is almost like, like a train path
Hmm.
where it's going. And then you have those somehow BMX bikes, speeder bikes,
Yeah,
with those little fluffy things on the steering wheel.
yeah, yeah.
That's nice.
Totally. I know, man. Yeah, I mean, we get the first inklings of that actually in A New Hope, like from the very first Star Wars film ever. We see Luke playing with that ship in his bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
like making sound
Yeah,
effects
true.
or with it, or
Mm-hmm.
like this has always been part of Star Wars. We're just getting
Mm-hmm.
like even more of it, and it just, yeah, nothing feels out of place. Everything feels so Star Wars, even though things are like different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just everything just feels so Star Wars. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we have a power converter or something like this to be
Yeah,
replaced. Yeah,
yeah. So
and in general, so many Easter eggs, and probably didn't keep track of all of them, but
Oh, dude, there's
yeah.
like too many Easter eggs. Like even nods to like other franchises and stuff, like
Hmm.
like yeah, it's just some of the best nerdiness ever. I'm just yeah,
Hmm.
like I said, I'm at 11 out of 10 for this one so far.
Sweet. Let's talk about the music.
Yeah. So quite a few things to talk about just like right off the bat, like just
Hmm.
as a blanket statement, loving it.
Hmm.
For anyone who doesn't know, I think everyone knows Michael Giacchino. He's the one who composed the music for The Incredibles. He did Rogue One, um, the newer Spider-Man films, and a bunch of other like stuff, like Marvel stuff, and then Star Trek. So
Star what?
yeah, yeah. Well, I'll bleep that. I'll make sure to bleep that out. That's unacceptable on this show. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna bleep that out. Unacceptable. Um, so yeah, sorry,
It's his son.
Trekkies. But yeah, anyway, his son is doing the music for this show, and dude, he's killing it. Like it's
Hmm.
so good. Let's just like, we're getting the familiar orchestral textures.
Hmm.
We're getting, like the action sequences. Like there's a lot of just Williamsy stuff
Chase
going on.
scenes, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, the chase scenes and stuff, and like it just all feels so good. But it's also not cookie cuttery. Like it's all really unique stuff.
Okay.
Like
Hmm.
like we're getting really quite beautiful and unique themes
Hmm.
throughout the show.
So the
Um,
first one which stood out to me was the Discovery theme.
Discovery theme. So I'm curious which one that is for you. Is it this one? And I have examples to play, but
Hmm.
is it actually I need to share my
Share it
screen.
with your friends.
So can you hear that?
Yep.
So yeah, curious what you think. Is it this one? Is it that one? Or
I
is
don't
it
know.
or is it this one?
That might be it. The one
Yeah.
where when Wim finds the spaceship for the first time.
Yes, this one. Let me play the clip. I have it right here.
Oh, nice.
If my computer doesn't crash.
This
Dude.
high dee doo 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 is so similar to the theme from Tantus from the Bad Batch, which I have to
Yeah.
send to you.
No, you're
It's pretty
right.
similar.
Yeah, you're so right, dude. Yeah, nice catch. I didn't actually make that connection. It's very similar.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And we have some very nice cello solo parts in general on these two episodes.
dude, for sure. Yeah,
Hmm.
this like I've been calling it the mystery theme.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's really a really powerful, mysterious theme. I mean, like
Yes.
this shape, like this is just so dissonant.
Hmm.
For all of the total dorks and non-dorks out there, it's a minor major seven chord
Yeah,
is kind of the
again.
harmony. Again, like you don't need to know like what that is, but like this is the
Hmm.
sound.
The last chord from James Bond.
Exactly. Yeah. And we had it a lot with Michael Abels and the Acolyte,
Yes,
played it a lot.
yes.
We talked about that a few times. But yeah, I mean it's just it's so sick, man. And then they resolve to a minor chord.
Yeah.
Like that's just also, I mean, like it's unique. We've never heard like quite this melody before, but this
Uh-huh.
chord progression we hear all over in Star Wars. Like We hear this all the time,
Yeah.
like this, for example. Uh, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like it's the same chords, right? Like it
Mm-hmm.
function
Mm-hmm.
like dark, serious, like it just works so well, man. So yeah, this one was sick. We actually hear this mystery theme again.
Pretty
When
often when they are all at it, right?
yeah, exactly. Like when they're lost,
Mm-hmm.
like this part.
Which one is at it?
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
so good, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
Love it.
yeah, I'm really glad you pointed that one out. Yeah, that's a huge takeaway. How about yeah, were there any others that came to mind or that you noticed?
That's my favorite one, actually.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's a solid one. Just that
So,
that harmony. It's just so
yeah.
disgusting. So yeah, as you can see on my screen, I have a few others that I want to talk about.
Uh-huh.
So
Interesting.
there is a main theme, just like we had with Acolyte, we picked it up immediately and
Mm-hmm.
watched it evolve for all of those weeks. And here we have a main theme, and we actually hear it at the beginning of each episode. It sounds like this. So that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
This main theme we actually hear, it's actually kind of connected to Whim. It's almost like it's Whim's theme
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so far. Like for example, when they're on the bus um, after Whim sees the girls on the speeder bike, like
Yeah.
pat kind of like
Mm-hmm.
go away. We hear the theme here. Let's listen to this.
Oh, number 8.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
And like in that higher register, it just kind of captures an innocence, I guess, and like
Mm-hmm.
a
Yep.
whimsy, pun
Hey.
intended, and a magic, like a
Uh-huh.
twinkle in his eye or something, a
Mm-hmm.
sense, a longing for adventure or something. So again, just to like drive this home, like that this is a theme you'll want to be paying attention for. We hear it again when he's on his like Jedi story iPad thing at night.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, I want to talk about this. I want to do like a little bit of a deep dive with this. So the harmony that we're getting is this. That's the harmony underneath, and with the melody over top, it sounds like this. Right.
It's
So what's
hovering somehow.
yeah, and just like that mystery theme kind of has like a Star Warsy familiarity to us,
Mm-hmm.
this one does too, because of this. Right?
Uh-huh.
That's the beginning for everyone who doesn't know what that is. That's the first phrase of Anakin's theme.
Mm-hmm.
The same exact chords, it's for all of the music theory nerds, like, or just to back this up, like, um, just to back this up with theory, like it's the one chord to the major two chord.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's yeah, I don't want to get too much into theory, but yeah, it's like the same kind of harmonic functioning stuff that's going on as Anakin's theme. It's
Mm-hmm.
also in the same key as Anakin's theme,
Interesting.
which is really quite interesting. Like listen to this. Right? And then
Mm-hmm.
whenever I play Whim's theme,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same innocence. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
and that's the thing. It's like this function of that childlike
Mm-hmm.
thing, and also like desire to explore. Like
Mm-hmm.
so like this from Whim.
Go home? We just got here. Here, hold this.
Or like this.
Little baby Tulu. Neil! We're in a starship now. We can go anywhere we want in the whole wide galaxy.
Right? And just to directly parallel this to some of like Anakin's dialogue from The Phantom Menace.
So many. Do they all have a system of planets?
Most of them.
Has anyone been to them all?
Not
I want to
likely.
be the first. I want to be the first one to see them all.
Annie, bedtime.
Ow!
There we are.
Oh, dude. And that Shmi theme coming in right there. Like, this is totally off topic. Wow. Emotions. Okay. Anyway. Oh, yeah. So Anakin, like, this is just so, it's just so cool to see this parallel, I guess. And we're getting it musically and harmonically and texturally and everything. It's just too cool, man. So yeah, loving this main theme. Let me play a few other iterations of it, which I think are cool.
Is there there is a is it the same theme that appears when the title is showed?
Yeah, so it is, except that's like a minor key variation of it. What key are they in? Let me check this out. Okay, yep. Sorry. Yeah, so it's like the minor key variation that we're hearing for the title screen, which is quite interesting. So, which could be some foreshadowing of like, this childlike innocence and stuff. Like, where is it headed, right? Like, what's
They
this
have to grow
journey?
up. Yep.
Yeah, just like how Anakin's theme obviously, evolves. So that's quite interesting. I do think they're telling us the story immediately in a way. To go back to the childlike innocence thing, though, another really magical moment we hear this main theme is when they get past the barrier and they see stars for the first time. Check this out.
Planets. They're stars. I didn't know there'd be so many.
Right? Like, it's just that childhood moment. It just gives me chills, man. This is funny though. This one is funny. This is during the end credits of, I forget which one. Check this out. It's like the pirate version of the main theme. Right?
It's very dancey.
Yeah, very cool. See, that's fun. So yeah, I mean, that's the main theme, everyone. Keep your ears peeled for that, because we will be hearing more of it. Same with the mystery theme or the discovery theme. Yeah, I guess, yeah, any other thoughts before I go to the next one?
No.
Cool.
It fits right in.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, let's talk about the next one I want to talk about, which is, dude, this moment.
Cello Force theme.
This, yeah, like I've been calling it the Jude Law Force theme.
The slow movement.
You all, this cue, I think, has reached one of my top favorite cues in Star Wars of all time. Like,
interesting.
Yeah, like specifically this Jude Law version. And I'll get into why in a second, but it's just, yeah, I guess I'll just get into why. So for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, I'm just going to play the whole freaking scene and then we're going to talk about it.
You're a Jedi.
Dude, I have chills all over. It is just we have the Force theme like pretty much like at this point. Whenever the Force is being used, like we hear it. Like we heard it in Ahsoka, we hear it throughout Clone Wars, like
Yeah.
constantly,
I was
incessantly.
wondering if it will show up in this scene,
I
and
know,
it did.
I know. And but at first you're like, "Whoa, wait, is that it?" Oh, no, it's not because they do
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Instead of right.
Uh,
So it was like, oh, wait. Oh, no, we're not getting it. Interesting. But then we do get
mhm.
it. But dude, yeah, it's just,
I like those flutes.
yes, I want to talk about that. Yeah, it's just like hearing the Force theme in a queue that makes me emotionally respond now is so
Mm-hmm.
special because
Mm-hmm.
it arguably is overused, like
Mm-hmm.
every time someone uses the Force, we hear it. It's kind of what it has started to feel like after you
Mm-hmm.
digest like all Star Wars content.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I love this queue so much is because, well, I mean, there's a few big parts of it, but a big part of it is instrumentation. So kind of like what you were
Mm-hmm.
saying, we have like all of that like flowy magical stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have it's like a expanded melody,
Mm-hmm.
like this. Um, like that is a different melody than we're used to,
Mm-hmm.
even though it still fits.
Mm-hmm.
As well as like the harmony underneath is different. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's kind of like a reharmonized Force theme, and it just it's so beautiful. So yeah, I guess let's do a deep dive on this really quick. Um, so I want to talk about instrumentation first, and then I'll get into
Mm-hmm.
kind of the harmony. So
Mm-hmm.
let me play the Jude Law Force theme again, just like a few seconds of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're hearing a few things here. We're hearing in the strings, we're hearing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get the same tremolo technique for this,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And so it's again familiar to us, like that tremolo sound. Here's that cue actually, that original cue,
Yeah. Bobby.
right? And even dude, like even the bells right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoops.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that, whenever we familiarly what?
Glory.
Whenever we get the like floaty stuff going on with the Jude Law scene,
Mm-hmm.
it
Yep.
like kind of operates the same way,
Mm-hmm.
which is just so freaking cool, man. Like it's just so awesome. And I mean, obviously, yeah, like we have the Force theme playing in the cellos right there, just like we have it played in a solo instrument in the original cue,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's just like I don't know what you'd call it, like the recipe. No, not the recipe. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like the recipe is the same, but the ingredients are different. I don't know if that metaphor holds up, but
Somehow.
yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, this is so cool. And in the same way that we met Obi-Wan then, we're meeting this character
Oh yeah.
now. You know, yeah, just so sick. Um,
But why hasn't he used the Force earlier to get the key, man?
I've thought about that, and I think because a couple of reasons could be he's been waiting for an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity because like where is he going to go, right? So
Yeah.
waiting for an opportunity to arise to like like this is his last resort option,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to save it for when it's like necessary or the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to be strategic with this kind of thing. Could be that, or could be something like the Force was telling him to wait or something. Like there are I think, a few explanations for that.
Or maybe the key wasn't there before.
Yeah, maybe the key simply wasn't there before. Yeah, good point. Yeah, man. So, but yeah, one thing though that's really special about this is the harmony.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the original Force theme, we get this kind of a chord progression. Yeah, it goes from like this minor thing.
To a major 4.
Yeah, to the major 4. Right. So, which like introduces that element of hopefulness and stuff.
Yes, unexpected.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like unexpected, like, oh, we're in a minor key, but whoa, wait, we're like hopeful now all of a sudden. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe you get with the original Force theme. For this Jude Law one, dude, we so we do kind of like start there in that minor key. How do they get into it? Let me play it again.
You're Jedi. You're a Jedi.
Yeah, so the way that they do it is they start in the same like minor key. But then they don't go to the major 4 like the Force theme. They actually do
Mm-hmm.
this. This is the chord progression they're playing. It's actually this. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the chord progression, and it's also unexpected, but like in a really just quite beautiful, like colorful and complex way. I don't know. It's like I can't really explain it without getting too much into the theory, but
Mm-hmm.
it just makes me feel a certain way that's just so, I don't know, effective, I guess. It's effective at the end of the day. That's what matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So the harmony being different, I don't know. And like they could have done this
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and like just had a
Yep.
nice major chord, but they don't. They actually keep the major 7 in there and end like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that rub in there,
Very
right?
pay attention. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, man, it just, I don't know. I'm just so excited to like get more of this character and understand more why this theme sounds the way it does with him, you know?
Totally.
So, yeah,
His
man.
all of his story actually become to
Yeah,
unfold. I don't know.
right. And just, yeah, man. It's just so beautiful, dude. Like, I just love that so much. I
For
don't
the
know.
record, the timeline is after Return of the Jedi, just
Hmm.
like in the Mando timeline.
Hmm.
I wasn't
Exactly.
so sure. I had to look it up myself before watching it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, man. So that's, I mean, I guess another, just since we're on this topic, like another cool thing to mention is I think part of the like magic that we hear with this cue is kind of coming from Wim's point of view, because like he's
Mhm.
seeing his daydreams like happen before his
Yes.
eyes,
Yes, yes,
and
yes, yes, yes.
it's like all of the like swirly, like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, all of this kind of stuff, like, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it's just like so magical. And what's even cooler is whenever he's like, "You're a Jedi,"
Hmm.
um, when he says like, "You're," and then we get this like the most delicate like twinkle in his eye musically in the
Hmm.
strings. Check this out.
You're. You're.
Like in the flutes too, just like
Hmm.
that little interjection. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, like just the music telling us what Wim is going through is just so magical. So those are all of my um takeaways.
Hmm.
Yeah. I got to kind of like crash course all of those yesterday. I the Tea Time on Tatooine podcast that I was on, I'm actually going to do like a music minute, or actually it turns into music several minutes, but like a music minute reaction for all of the Skeleton Crew
Sweet.
breakdowns that
Hmm.
she's doing over there on Tea Time on Tatooine. So that's fun. I get to kind of like crash course my thoughts there and then kind of like repeat them here. So
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. I'm also talking to Tales on Tashi Station
Hmm.
tonight. I'll probably bring up like some of these similar things, and I don't know, man. Like I'd love to do breakdown videos of all of this, like reels, while it's like relevant. And here it's just like trying to get over the barrier of making content again after the fallout of the Acolyte. It's kind of a hard barrier for me. So, but
Take your time, man. We
yeah,
have
I mean,
some weeks to go.
dude, like all of this is helping, like just kind of sharing it with the people I have been sharing it with and talking about it here. Like it's helping me like climb that barrier. So who
Hmm.
knows? I might do that later this week. We'll see. But for anyone who's listening, you heard it here first. So good on you.
Sweet. So we have actually some more news coming from Dave Filoni, who
Oh,
said that they're wrap filming for the Mando and Grogu film, and
ooh,
that he's
exciting.
writing season 2 of Ahsoka,
Wow.
being the only writer right now.
Wow, cool. Okay.
Yep.
That's crazy. Um, yeah, man. I just kind of thought about this, like I forgot his name, darn, but the guy that Jude Law is playing, obviously,
Joel, John? No.
yeah, it's like Joe Nall or something, or
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's like really similar to his actual name. It's kind of funny.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like, he's a Force user. So like, okay, was he like part of the Jedi Order at some point? Like,
Hmm.
did he know Balin's skull? Like
Hmm.
I have questions. So
Yes, we all have.
yeah, cool.
It's so interesting, this whole, why does everyone think Aten is Atlantis? And like coming from this credit point of view to be there, and then having all those pirates with hard cartel tattoos, and
Yeah.
you know, Vane actually is, we saw him on The Mandalorian in season 3. He's from the same pirate gang as this whole salad
Hmm.
pirate, main pirate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, you're right, dude. I mean, yeah, I mean it's just it's so fun. It's the same concept as yeah, Atlantis or El Dorado
Mm-hmm.
or Treasure Planet, like it's the same location kind of like mystery thing. So, yeah, man, I don't know. My good friend Charlie and I were talking about this, and he's kind of like, let me pull it up. This was a really good point.
I mean, realizing as from the kid's point of view that no one knows the coordinates to their home planet is pretty devastating.
Well, yeah, and kind of yeah, my friend Charlie was pointing out like he was getting a vibe that like something fishy is happening with
Mm-hmm.
Ad,
Mm-hmm.
because like it just feels like hyper controlled, and like
Yes.
the inhabitants don't even know what it's actually called, or like what's going on, and like they're like the like police droid interactions are like
Mm-hmm.
you're out of line, or like you've crossed the red tape, like you're
Mm-hmm.
in trouble. So yeah, just like yeah, this hyper controlled thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the way this what was that her position? Secretary, like,
Mhm.
find your place in our system is
Yeah.
very communism like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And you said you're a Jedi, but we have security droids for that. Okay.
right. Yeah, man. It's pretty interesting. I do think just because of how they've set it up, I do think there's going to be some crazy like twist with Ad.
Yeah, sure.
Not sure. I mean, it could even be something as simple as like they just don't want the trouble of the outside world, the outside
Yeah.
galaxy. And it's like
If
kind of
they
like,
have those resources, everyone's like,
yeah, and then
well,
we get kind of like a Pandora, like the
hmm
blue people Pandora um
yeah.
thing, So yeah, like it could be something as simple as that. Um yeah, man.
It's interesting to think about how this ship crashed in the planet and how it came there.
Yeah.
Upside down in the mud.
Yeah.
Someone should have noticed that,
Well,
actually.
and it's cool because like it is a wrecked pirate ship. Like that
Yes.
that made it to Aden,
Yeah, it's a kick-ass ship.
and so, which we get that in Treasure Planet too. Like there's, when they get to Treasure Planet and like get to where like the treasure is on the planet, it's like there's a ship that's there and like a pirate skeleton there, with a sword through
Oh,
its
okay.
chest. And it's like this same kind of classic um plot point.
Hmm.
And yeah, another point actually that this was kind of cool about, this is more about Jude Law's character, but my friend Charlie was saying like, with him, especially because we get the theme that we do
Hmm.
for, right? As opposed to like the dark mysterious theme, right? That could have played, and then it's like, oh, this character is not something we want to be around. But
Hmm.
we got the most beautiful iteration of the Force theme I've ever heard, which, it's like, okay, so like he's still a good guy, or like a, maybe a disillusioned ex-Jedi, but he's still a good guy. And like that's of
Hmm.
course why he kind of made a shit pirate, and
Hmm.
so, well, that's if you think that was him at the beginning. I think it's pretty clear that it was, right? Like the pirate with the mask on, like it was pretty clearly him, right?
I don't know. Could be.
I think so, man. Like it's
I'm.
that accent is pretty like,
Oh yeah, okay.
you know.
It was a fun scene when they opened up the vault and there was one credit in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I like felt my heart like dissolve at
Yes.
that moment for that guy. Like my stomach dropped. I was like, "Oh, dude, you're
Whoopsie.
screwed, man."
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Is this wolf creature is probably from Legends, right?
Um, I'm sure. I'm sure, dude.
Looks like it.
Totally looks like it. I feel like we get a similar creature in the cantina,
Hmm.
but yeah, man, it's got to be a Legends thing.
Yeah.
A lot of
Same
this.
for the circus that the
Oh, yes.
siblings of Neil C
Oh,
from
yes.
the Hollywood,
You know what?
not Hollywood, holiday special.
Holiday special. Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. Oh man, I forgot that was like a huge breakdown I wanted to do, is the music from that scene for the circus. No, I'm kidding.
It's so
I'm kidding. I'm
weird.
kidding. It's so weird. Oh yeah. I mean, it's so cool to like see it integrated into
Yes.
canon. It just,
And
yeah.
it's like playing a record with, hologram on it
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. And like we have to embrace this side of Star
Hmm.
Wars as Star Wars
Yes.
fans. Like,
Yes.
and you know what? And that kind of, this is like a huge point that I've been thinking about recently. Like the holiday special, as just amazingly hard to watch as it is, it's still like kind of revered in a way,
Yeah.
and even if no one watches it unironically, like we still it's still like there's a level of endearment for the holiday special. And
Hmm.
I think if it can happen, like if that can happen with the freaking holiday special, like let's approach Star Wars like in general with that going forward, please. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like there was no reason for the level of vitriol that we had with the Acolyte, and like and like with the sequels or with the
Hmm.
prequels. Like how about let's just not do that and just embrace Star Wars for its quirkiness and weirdness.
Hmm.
And yeah, man, I don't know.
I'm pretty surprised that the feedback so far is pretty good for the show. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not surprised because it's good, but because, I know fans and
I
their
know.
opinions, but everyone's having fun so far, which is good.
I
And
know.
maybe it's from this, it's obviously made more for kids, even though it is pretty dark, but maybe that's why you can say, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be, man. Yeah, I mean, there's just a really nice um classic balance of funny moments and
Yeah,
drama and
it's such a good humor in
tense.
it.
Yeah, it's just good all around, but at the same time, I also think people are just like they want to enjoy something because of what
Yes.
happened with the Acolyte. Like everyone was so discouraged after that, and I think everyone just wants to like camp out and enjoy this together. So
Hmm.
yeah, that certainly helps, man. Yeah, but I also haven't seen any like trollery. I haven't been paying attention for it though either, So
That's good.
maybe it's out there, whatever, but I don't know, man. We'll see.
And now we know that Ortolans are not talking through their what's
Yeah.
that?
That was so
Uh,
funny, dude. Yeah. I forget what he says, but yeah, I don't talk through my trunk or whatever.
yeah.
Um, or when he's like talking to Wim on the bus, he's like talking about something that was annoying him. He's like, "Oh, it's such a pain in the trunk."
Yeah.
It's just so funny, dude.
Those mathematical operations or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah,
It's good fun.
it
And
is.
now we get one episode each week, which is fun.
Yeah,
And
it's
we will
it's like a
keep talking
bummer,
about it.
but it's fun. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to keep talking about it, man. Like these themes, now that we've established these themes,
Yeah.
I'm sure like these musical breakdowns will go a lot quicker, but yeah, really just really beautiful, incredible stuff. Like so thankful for Mick Giacchino and just once again another awesome
Yeah.
addition to the collection, you know.
Yes. The sound design is pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
Matthew Wood again.
Yeah. Really
Pretty
sick.
cool.
Yeah, really sick.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all I've
All
got.
right. Yeah, that's it for this week.
Yeah,
Um, it's Spotify Wrapped season,
it
and some of
is.
your your tags are coming in. We appreciate it. I
Oh,
read that
sweet.
we have some like 5 people having it in the top 5 or something. Maybe it's more. I don't know.
Oh, no way.
But
Okay,
yeah, that's
everyone.
great. That's great.
Dude.
Keep tagging us.
Yeah, that's incredible. Amazing. That makes me so happy. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, from wherever you're tuning in from the galaxy. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
How fun. I didn't even
Each
think about
week.
that, like to look forward to that as the thing at the end of the year. But yeah, cool. Cool.
Sweet. So yeah, talk to you guys next week, I guess,
Yeah,
with some more Skeleton Crew fun news.
that's right. Yeah, keep your eyes and ears peeled for all the
Neiled.
things. And we'll see you next week. May the force be with
Yes,
you.
always.